What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time. I am in the middle of some torrential rain going on here in Virginia, so you may hear some water in the background. Just ignore that. But we've got two different kits to talk about tonight. I'm in the middle of working on a 3v3 Grand Arena video for Bad Batch. Got a lot of stuff coming out this week, but yeah, we gotta talk about these two reworks, or the rework for Tarkin and the kit reveal for Scorch. Both those dropped in the middle of me working on that 3v3 video. So we're gonna talk about those two, and yeah, we got plenty of stuff to talk about this week. But anyways, we got the rework for Tarkin. We knew that was coming. There is a 3v3 Omicron in Tarkin's kit. There's also a Grand Arena Omicron inside of Scorch's kit. Some great synergy between the two characters. We're going to break all that down in today's video and kind of talk about what we've got going on here. Additionally, there has been some news about the Order 66 raid and pirates. I'm going to be pissed off in another video about that. There's too much to talk about tonight. You'll get a rant from me on another video about how stupid that is. But anyways, let's talk about Tarkin here. And we're going to start by going over what we're doing with Tarkin's rework here. CG Mouse gives a little update talking about what we want here. Introduction of the new dark side clones. They want a secondary leader that they're going to use for their release. While their main home is intended to be under a Lord Vader, there's also going to be some 3v3 teams. You have that 3v3 team with CX2 and Apo under Lord Vader, and then you're going to have Disguised Clone Trooper and Scorch potentially under Grand Moff Tarkin. So you've got two different 3v3 teams. You get that 5v5 where you just put Tarkin on the bench. But his rework overall may give him some viability from the different teams. We'll see how that pans out in the future. They have all of his ability descriptions have been revised. They are now more in line with what we have with our modern styles as well. They are now all special damage instead of just special and physical. So there's no more mixture of the two. His first basic has received mechanical updates that grant new synergy with dark side clones. His ultimate firepower ability now deals a lot more damage with dark side clones. There's a lot of more stacking potency within Grand Moff Tarkin's kit, where his kit was pretty representative of what you get with the Death Star, where the Death Star kind of builds up power and then releases this devastating blast. What you have with Grand Moff Tarkin's kit originally was he builds up potency over time and then drops a big blast and just wipes out the enemy team. The big problem was that damage took forever and a day to ramp up, and it just never really worked out. You could throw all the potency mods you wanted on him. It just took forever for that damage to ramp up. It never really got rewarding. You could get some crazy big hits, but you're taking half a match to really get to that moment, and it just wasn't really rewarding for what that kit gave us. So now we got a 3v3 Omicron with Tarkin, and then there's going to be a Grand Arena General Omicron on Scorch, which is going to be pretty cool. So you have those two 3v3 teams, and yeah, this is going to be good. Skimming over this earlier, this looks pretty good. So first is going to be his basic Grand Moff's attack. His new ability description with this: deal special damage to the target enemy. This attack deals 10% more damage for each active ally, and additional 10% damage for each active dark side clone trooper ally. So in 3v3, 20% for that times 2. So 40% bonus damage with that. He gains 100% potency stacking until the next time ultimate firepower is used. Now this goes up from 50% originally, so double the potency here. He gets, instead of so for 3v3 before he got only 20%, now he double dips with the dark side clones. Now he's getting 40% bonus damage with this. So it looks like potency is still going to be a pretty good way to go on this. Offense may be something to go as well with this. We'll see how that, we'll see. I think potency sets are really still going to be the way to go for Tarkin. His special ultimate firepower still has a 4-turn cooldown. The new text on it says deal special damage to all enemies and remove 50% of their turn meter. This attack deals more damage equal to double of Tarkin's potency percentage. If all other allies are dark side clone troopers, deal an additional instance of damage equal to double Tarkin's potency percentage. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. So we're getting double the hits here. It already gains offense equal to double of his potency percentage. So every time he uses his basic, that's 100%, or sorry, that's 200% bonus damage on ultimate firepower. And now you get to double dip that if there are dark side clone troopers with him. So in 3v3, looks like this is gonna be a pretty potent offensive team. Between this, you have Disguised Clone Trooper with his just dishing out massive hit after massive hit. Scorch is gonna have some Order 66 that looks a little bit more reliable, which we'll talk about in his kit as well. Yeah, this looks pretty good. His second special is called Intimidation Tactics. The new text on this: gain potency up for 3 turns. Empire allies gain tactical supremacy for 2 turns, which can't be copied. Inflict crit chance down and offense down for 3 turns on all enemies. Rebel enemies can't resist these debuffs. Gain 15% turn meter for each debuffed enemy. Now this, I don't know, what is tactical supremacy? Is that a new? Okay, so it's an Admiral Trench thing. Okay, so it's an Admiral Trench thing where tactical supremacy gives 30% bonus crit damage and potency. Recover 10% protection at the start of the turn. If dispelled, recover 40% health, then gain advantage and foresight for 2 turns at the end of that turn. Okay, yeah. So as someone who's never used Trench, that's, yeah, I've never seen that buff before. Now I know what it is. Okay, so even more potency with this, with that tactical supremacy. That's pretty cool. I am going to wonder if this is going to be used to try to counter Leia teams on defense. I don't think it's going to work, but this could be pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this works. But yeah, extra potency, just doing that massive devastating blast. It could be good. We'll see. We'll have to see how everything pans out. But maybe this opens the door for something where they're beating rebels with this. We'll see. Leader, tighten the grip. New text. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of text. All right. So now Empire allies have 30% bonus max health and max protection and plus 30 speed. Inflict defense down and expose for 2 turns on enemies that fall below 100% health during the Empire allies turn, which can't be resisted. Okay, so then all of this is Omicron. Oh my goodness. All right, so pretty much the old lead, you know, just bonus max health and max protection. That's pretty good. That's pretty much all they added, but you know what? That's pretty good. I'll take that. 30% bonus max health and max protection. And you could also use that, I mean, he'll be their lead for the clones inside of the Sith raid as well, or not the Sith raid, the Jedi Temple raid. So that's pretty good. I like that already. This is a beefy Omicron here. All right, let's get to it. While in 3v3 grand arenas, and if all other allies are dark side clone troopers, at the start of the encounter, allied dark side clone trooper supports gain stealth for 2 turns. Dark side clone trooper tanks gain protection up 50% for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, and Scorch gains 5 stacks of bulwark. So this is something I had always wondered. Maybe you kind of switch in and out depending on who you want to use on different teams. And I was always wondering, like, okay, so Appo's pretty much set to go under Lord Vader. Like, you're going to have him under Lord Vader. There's no synergy here with this Omicron for Appo. This is purely for CX2, for Disguised Clone Trooper, and for Scorch. There's nothing here for Appo. So there's no reason to pull Appo off a Lord Vader team. He's already losing some pretty important synergy with this. He also doesn't get the Coruscant Commander buff either. So, you know, it looks like Appo is going to stay on that Lord Vader team. And maybe we can switch around DCT and CX2, maybe do something where we stack both of them on the same team. I don't know. Whenever a Dark Side Clone Trooper ally uses a special ability, Tarkin assists. Oh my goodness. All right, so basically every time they use a special ability, Tarkin's going to assist and gain 100% bonus potency. Whenever an enemy evades or resists a debuff from a Dark Side Clone Trooper ally, Tarkin gains 5% turn meter and recovers 10% health. Okay. Whenever Intimidation Tactics is used, dispel buffs on all enemies and inflict them with daze for 2 turns. Whenever Ultimate Firepower is used, inflict fear on all enemies for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. So Ultimate Firepower, you're already getting huge chunk of damage, you're removing turn meter from them, and yeah, and they're getting feared. Oh man, okay. Enemies can't be revived. So against Rey, I can already see how this is going to work against Rey. You drop them low on health, and if Scorched is able to reliably place Order 66, or Disguised Clone Trooper can reliably place Order 66, unlike Ben Solo, you drop both him and Rey low on health. DCT wipes out with the massive damage on his assist. And then Ben's kind of shut down at that point. It's really easy to clean up Rey. That's huge. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, man, that's going to be great. And they're feared as well, so, you know, they can't do anything for a while. Man, Enemies can't be revived too. Yeah, that's big. That's a big 3v3 Omi. Yeah, just enemies can't be revived and fear. That is huge. I love that. Absolutely love that. This is gonna be huge. I suspect, yeah, you're gonna go full sets of potency on this dude and just stack his damage, release that ultimate firepower, and just say goodbye and goodnight to someone. Man. All right, and then his unique Callous Conviction. Oh my gosh. Just whole lot more words here. More words always equals good, am I right? All right, new text. At the start of battle, Grand Moff Tarkin gains 50% potency for each Empire ally. Okay. All right, so there's 100%. All right. 100% rare already. Tarkin gains defense equal to his potency. Oh my god. Gains defense equal to his potency. Oh, we already had this though. And 20% potency stacking for each debuffed enemy. Okay. So, dude, as you build this up and he assists, he is going to take forever to die. Man. Yeah. Okay. At the start of each encounter, Tarkin gains protection up 50% for 2 turns. First time Tarkin falls below 50% health, he gains bonus protection 50% for 3 turns. Whenever an Empire ally inflicts a debuff, Tarkin recovers 5% health and protection. Okay. Yeah, this dude's going to be tanky. And you've got debuffs. I mean, so the stun, while DCT uses his basic, if he stuns, that stun can't be resisted, so there's a little health protection recovery. If they resist debuffs, which can happen, he gates bonuses for resisted negative effects. Yeah, this is gonna be, or did I read that right? I don't think I read that right. Sorry. No, sorry. I was looking at, yeah, his Omicron evades or resists a debuff. Yeah, so, man, that looks really good. I gotta be honest, man, that looks really freaking good. All right, let's see what Scorch has got. All right, so tank. I was wondering, I mean, obviously they had the tank synergy here already, so Scorch is going to be a tank for the team. Still pains me to see we're not going to get Delta Squad for a while. Tank to complete the new Darkside Clone Squad. Like all Darkside clones, works best with Lord Vader. Also works well with Tarkin. Introduces a new buff called Bulwark that is reminiscent of Reinforced Hull for ships, which you see on like Razor Crest, where they take reduced damage and they heal back up. Okay, perfect. All right, so inspiration originally came from the game Republic Commando, Zemlish's expert of Delta Squad. Where's my Delta Squad CG? Makes a cameo appearance in the Clone Wars cartoon. Took the inspiration for both appearances from both the game and from the Clone Wars cartoon for his kit. He's got a breaching charge, exterminate with extreme prejudice. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I like that. All right, breaching charge applies damage over time to all enemies. Perfect. We could always use more dots, especially on a team that keeps cleansing dots. That could be helpful. It takes a while to get Order 66 going, so more dots. That's really good. I like that. Use Entrench to recover your health protection and gain the powerful new Bulwark buff. And then his defensive capabilities are bolstered even further in Grand Arena. So the Grand Arena Omicron is going to come and play here, especially when used in combination with other Darkside clones. His marquee is next Tuesday, May 20th. Relic 5 for Jedi Master Mace Windu, which should not be a surprise. Everybody else is Relic 5. Tarkin, which we already covered, his rework here. Here's Bulwark, 150% bonus defense per stack. Lose 1 stack of Bulwark when receiving damage. Okay. Yep. All right. So that's what Bulwark does. Omicron is for all Grand Arena. So you're double dipping on Grand Arena Omicrons with this. You're going to have a 3v3 with Tarkin. You have a 3v3 with CX2. So I wonder, can you throw CX2 and Tarkin and Scorch all in the same team and triple dip with Omicrons? Like, how disgusting would that be? That seems gross. And yeah, put DCT over there with Apo, because there is some nice synergy with the two. That could be really, really gross. We'll see how that all pans out. All right, so his basic, oh, man, I have to see the model of Republic Commando here in this video. Oh man, if you don't know, man, I have wanted Delta Squad for so long in this game. Even when I stopped playing, I was like, man, if they ever bring back Delta Squad, I'm coming back in a heartbeat. They got me back with Darkside clones anyways. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy, dispel all debuffs from a random debuffed Empire ally. If the target enemy had Order 66, reduce the cooldowns of a random other non-galactic legend Empire ally by 1. Okay, so you could already do some cooldown manipulation here with this, with Order 66. so that you can basically get like if you have CX2 or Apo there, CX2 can use his special more often to give more buffs to the team. Apo can stun or use his no witnesses more often to get more reliable Order 66 on the enemy team. That's pretty cool. All right, moving on. His first special, Breaching Charge, 3-turn cooldown. Deal physical damage to all enemies, inflict 2 stacks of damage over time for 2 turns, and off balance for 2 turns, which can't be copied. All right, cool. We're getting a little more off balance here. That originally came with Sabine, and now we got that with Thatcher. Now we get it here with Scorcher. All right, so more damage over time, 3-turn cooldown. That's a bit of a... No, that'll work, yeah. Yeah, basically, oh man, yeah. So if you do it right, Lord Vader goes, uses AoE, you then have Scorch drop his Breaching Charge. That's 8 stacks of damage over time on the enemy team. If you have Apo right behind Scorch with this, and that AoE, that is... Okay, so that's Order 66 on the entire enemy team. And since it's going to be a full team of clones, that means Vader is going to hit his ultimate pretty much instantaneously. That's something we've seen, and I don't know if they've updated yet, where CX2 gives 25% ultimate to Lord Vader if he inflicts Order 66. So this is something that'll only work in 5v5, but still, that power is there. Entrench is the second special, 4-turn cooldown. Scorch taunts for 2 turns, recovers 25% health and protection, and gains 5 stacks of Bulwark for 2 turns, which can't be copied. At the start of battle, if there's an allied Lord Vader or Grand Moff Tarkin in the leader slot and not in the allied slot, Bulwark can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. All right, perfect. Darkside clone allies gain protection up to 25% for 2 turns, and we've already seen what Bulwark does. So, okay, and also there's no Zetas here yet on this. So that's nice. We're finally getting our first Zeta here on his unique, but okay. Okay, yeah, this looks good. This looks very good. That taunt, that Bulwark that can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. He's taunting. I like that. I like that a lot. His first unique is called Following Protocol, a Zeta and an Omicron. It's just the one unique. At the start of each encounter, Scorch taunts for 2 turns. Perfect. Free taunt. Love it. While Scorch is taunting, he has 25% bonus defense and tenacity. When he loses taunt, he gains 25% bonus protection for 2 turns. While he has Bulwark, he is immune to speed, down, stagger, and stun. Excellent. Immunity to stun is always fantastic, and you can't get that. You can't just dispel it from him. So, yeah, you're going to have to work your way through that Bulwark with him. Whenever an enemy dispels taunt from Scorch, they inflict it with Order 66 for 2 turns. Okay, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. If that enemy was a... if that enemy was a Jedi, Order 66 instead lasts for 4 turns. So, yeah, okay. Okay. Does Exile Ezra have a taunt, have a dispel? I'm already thinking of some ideas here. Foresight, does he dispel? Let's dispel. He does. No. Doesn't have a dispel there. Okay, so no, he does. Okay, no, he does not have a dispel. My crazy idea was, okay, so what? Do we just we throw him onto a Rey team and then he dispels taunt and then you've got Ezra stuck with Order 66 and then DCT just wipes him off the map? No, not going to be possible, but there's still other ways. He's a Jedi. You can still get Order 66 on him pretty reliably here. Man, 4 turns Order 66 is absolutely disgusting. Whenever damage over time is inflicted by Scorch expires, he gains 10% bonus protection for 2 turns. All right. At the start of battle, we haven't even gotten to his Omicron yet. At the start of battle, there's an ally, Grand Moff Tarkin. Tarkin gains 200% potency, and Scorch assists whenever Tarkin uses an ability. And the first time Tarkin would be defeated, he instead gains Deflective Ward for 2 turns until he receives damage, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and recovers 50% health and protection. Man, okay, so like a free revive on Tarkin, basically. Man, that's okay. That's really good. All right, we haven't even gotten to the Omicron yet. That basic, so he assists. So if he assists on someone who has Order 66, you're reducing cooldowns on an Empire ally. That's cool. So cool. Yeah, you can get reduced cooldowns as well on Tarkin with that. That's gonna be good. I like that. But man, 200% more potency on Tarkin. Come on. Man, I hope his damage got reworked to actually like make this worthwhile now. I mean, the damage ramps up quicker, but how long is it gonna take for that to really ramp up? We'll see how that all pans out. But man, all right, now we get to the Omicron. Okay, while in Grand Arenas, Scorch has 50% bonus max health, protection, and tenacity. Excellent, nice stat boost. Whenever he loses taunt, all Darkside Clone Trooper allies recover 15% health and protection. Whenever he gains taunt, he dispels all debuffs on himself, and all other Darkside Clone Trooper allies gain 10% turn meter. Okay, whenever he uses Entrenched, he gains an additional 5% stacks of Bulwark. Oh man, that's a lot of Bulwark. And the first time each other non-galactic Legend Empire allies reduce to 50% health, Scorch taunts for 2 turns, and that ally gains 100% health and protection. So yeah, every time one of them's getting hit down, he taunts, and then every time he taunts, all those Clone Trooper allies are gained bonus turn meter, and when that's dispelled off of him, he heals back up health and protection on them. Man, that's solid. It's not quite to the level of what we have with the Omicron on Tarkin here, where this is just absolutely disgusting. But man, that's still a pretty good Omicron. I know I'm gonna drop this Omicron on him. Yeah, that looks good. That looks very good. So yeah, those are our 2 reworks here. Lots more potency stacking on Tarkin. Scorch is gonna have some nice buffs here with Tarkin as well. Extra Bulwark, some very nice GAC Omicrons here, and man, 4-turn cooldown or 4-turn Order 66 on Jedi. Oh boy. All right, yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that. I'm trying to think who that's gonna really destroy besides, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think who that's going for in particular. I'm trying to think dispels. I mean Ahsoka. I'm trying to think who else off the top of my head. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Yeah, so this one's gonna be cool. I like this. This looks fun. These 2 kits look fun. I would love to hear from you guys. We're gonna publish this video tonight. I've gotta get back to my 3v3 video, get that published for you guys tomorrow morning. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys later.